Warlock. The guy was awesome. We had
I have to point out, it wasn't too hard to play Warlock in Wrath at the end.
no, but
During the start, holy shit. But at the end, it wasn't that hard anymore. They
yeah,
changed the
and
Warlocks a lot during that.
yeah, and I don't remember what spec he was, because I wasn't super familiar with Warlock at the time, so God knows I can't remember.
No,
Um,
Consistent spec is Felguard.
yeah,
Spec. That's the most
yeah,
consistent.
he might have been. I don't remember. It's been so long I can't remember if I remember him turning into a big purple demon or not. But
Considering, the reason why everyone went Felguard at the start is because Felguard also gave a buff for spell power.
oh
Every
yeah,
time you or your Felguard crit, you would get your entire raid would get a spell power buff.
yeah,
Depending on how much spell power your Warlock had.
yeah.
So we always had one.
So we had
Thank
what?
God it wasn't me.
We had 2 tanks. We had our raid leader was one of the tanks. He was a paladin, great paladin. And his wife was a no. His wife was actually good. We had two couples in the raid group. We had the raid leader who was a paladin, great tank, great protection paladin, and his wife was one of the melee DPS I think, but I can't remember what she was.
Feral Druid.
I don't think she was the feral druid. She.
That's every woman I've encountered in World of Warcraft has had a feral druid.
Oh God.
Such a meme. It's such a fucking meme.
God, what the hell was she? She was good at what she did though.
What was she? Nigga.
Nigga. Could have been. I don't know. She might have been a Death Knight. Maybe.
No, yeah, Death Knights, yeah. Yeah,
She.
probable.
I want to say
Was,
she was something in
really
plate. So
popular.
I think she was a Death Knight or a warrior. And then we had a couple, another couple. There was
That's a
a.
weird. Hold on. That's a weird couple. One plays a paladin, the other plays a Death Knight.
Yeah, it was pretty good. both blood elves.
oh
Yeah, of
Jesus.
course, of course.
Yeah, and
That's when the influx of female players into the horde began.
yeah, and then we had
Not also a mistake.
a hunter, another couple that was the husband was a hunter, and then his wife was a terrible shadow priest. She was horrible.
How terrible.
Oh my god. And shadow priest was the other class I played during Wrath, so it made it even worse.
Do you have your microphone shoved up your mouth or something?
No, but I can move it farther away if that helps.
Because you I'll keep lowering the volume, but it keeps speaking.
Oh, I don't know. But oh my god, she was horrendous. Yeah, and then we had a warlock who was really good. I don't remember what other melee we had. I think the other healer was a druid. So we had a priest, a druid, and me as a shaman healing. And then probably some other stuff. Fuck me, I don't remember.
I had a warlock at 80 during Wrath, a mage
Hey,
at
Killboy, I
80,
didn't know you played World of Warcraft.
and I had a rogue at 80.
Yeah.
Wrath was by far for me the easiest time to level up alt.
Oh yeah.
Even though now it's even easier to a certain degree.
Yeah, my first character at 80 in Wrath was a Death Knight. It was a troll Death Knight. And I got him to 80 and just didn't really like. Well, I tried tanking, didn't really feel it. I switched to blood DPS because this was at whichever patch it was that blood DPS was actually good, which I actually really liked blood DPS. I just hated, because this was pre-Dungeon Finder, I hated fucking getting into a group as DPS, made me want to fucking kill myself. So I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna level my shaman and he's gonna be resto. I'm gonna level him elemental and he's just gonna be fucking at 80. I'm gonna switch to resto. I'll have like whatever spell gear I have from leveling to start doing dungeons or whatever, buy whatever I can from rep, and I'm going to be resto, and I'm going to play a fucking healer. So I leveled him up to 80 and played him for most of the expansion, and uh, while he was 80, like whenever I would get bored, like playing him, or like after he was 80 and I was in the raid group and everything, I would get on, do my dailies every day, farm, make some flasks, sell the flasks, do whatever, and then switch over, and I was leveling my Shadow Priest, and that was the other character I ended up hitting 80 with during Wrath, and played that a little bit. Didn't play the Shadow Priest as much as I played my Shaman, but I did raid a little bit with the Shadow Priest, but pretty casually. But I had a lot of fun with the Shadow Priest, and I did like Blood DPS, but like it was, like I said, it was pre-Dungeon Finder, and by the time Dungeon Finder had come out, I could have gone back to him, but like I think Blood wasn't viable anymore by that patch. What was that, 3.3? I think that the Dungeon Finder came out. I don't think Blood DPS was like good anymore then, and I was like, I don't really feel like playing Frost or Unholy, especially because I really liked Blood DPS. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just fucking level my Shadow Priest and have that as my DPS.
I really didn't like that about Ulduar, where suddenly Affliction became bad again.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, now you gotta go Destro. I was like, no, I really like Affliction. I really don't want to go Destro. I did a whole expansion as Destro. Fuck off. I'm not doing that again.
I personally really liked Destro. Destro was always the Warlock spec I liked.
One button in raids. One.
Nice.
Nice.
Literally one button. You see, I was Affliction all the way up until tier 6 rating, which was Illidan, Black Temple, and Mount Vigil.
Mm-hmm.
And holy shit, Affliction was so much fun. Like you'd have 5 different dots to manage into time and to sync up properly.
Yeah.
And you got to minimize, how much time you're not casting, how much time you're casting. You have to always be casting something. And the best way to like sync up your dots is to like fill in cast times with global cooldowns. Because you've got 2.5 seconds for a Shadow Bolt, but a global cooldown is 1.5 seconds. So when you've got like 1.5 seconds left on your dot, you can basically, if it has a cast time, you can start recasting it then, so it refreshes the instant the last tick happens. Other than that, if it's an instant cast, you can life tap. That's your global cooldown spender,
right?
To get your mana back, which is nearly always a good choice in a long-term fight, longer than 6 minutes.
Sure.
There's plenty of that in TBC, and you have a very long. You can basically last forever because you keep getting renewed through your damage through Siphon Life.
Oh yeah. Oh, was Siphon Life your spam?
No.
Spell
Siphon Life was just a dot.
Oh, Siphon Life. I'm thinking Drain. I'm thinking Drain Life. Sorry.
It was a separate dot to Corruption as well.
Yeah.
So your dots in TBC were Unstable Affliction, Corruption,
obviously,
Siphon Life, Immolate, and Curse. That's 5.
Yeah.
And you have to time all of those separately.
Yeah.
That was really fun. At the start of Wrath, they kicked it up a notch by adding 2 more dots that you had to keep up.
What was it? Haunt?
7 dots. Haunt, and there was one more dot that you had to add that you have to cast Shadow Bolts in order to add. So you couldn't just like, oh, I'm going to get some mana back now. You had to also plan your Shadow Bolts.
Yeah.
On top of Immolate, because Immolate was still worth casting.
Sure.
So it was 7 dots to manage.
Yeah.
Whew, fun. That was actually fun.
Yeah.
But too bad at that time all the challenges they throw at you were jokes.
Yeah. I got some of that experience as a Shadow Priest. It wasn't quite 7 dots, but it's a dot management class just like Affliction Warlock is. So I had a lot of fun playing Shadow Priest. I've always really liked Shadow Priest.
What I really hate is that I really love that playstyle, and it's completely removed from WoW. It doesn't exist anymore. Yeah. It's completely gone. Even Shadow Priest don't have that mechanic. I mean, yes,
not really. I hate the way Shadow Priests play now. I hate the way Shadow Priests play now.
You still have to time dots, but you know what you also have to do, which what every class has to do, is manage procs. And not only that, but procs that randomly restore cooldowns on top of that. And on top of that, you need to prioritize which cooldown you're going to use. And it's like, you know what you're doing is you're making a fun rotation that you had. Like Hunter Shot rotation in Vanilla was really interesting because I'm not sure if you know anything about that, but Hunters in Vanilla had mana. And the only way to restore...
Oh, I know that. I
was
played a hunter. I played a hunter before they got rid of mana.
well, yeah, but in raids, a hunter would go out of mana within a minute
Oh
if he
yeah,
would go out full DPS because a hunter doesn't have much mana and he spends a lot. That's why endgame hunter gear had MP5 stats on it.
yeah.
And on top of that, there was a hunter shot rotation where you had to time how many seconds passed the last time you did a shot. Then you had to count the amount of auto shoots, the amount of arrows you'd spend on auto shots. After that, work out in your head how much mana you recover, and then work out how much longevity you can get out without having to feign death and drink. Because feigning death and drink is zero DPS. It's always DPS loss. Like
Oh
that was
yeah.
really interesting stuff. That was some really interesting
Ugh,
theory crafted stuff.
that sounds so
And
annoying.
like, I don't get it when people say, "Oh yeah, the rotations in vanilla were just one button." It's like, no, not every class. Sure, some classes, but not every class. And warlocks as well. If they had the debuff slots, warlocks would be really
Got
interesting to play
limited
in vanilla.
debuff slots.
And it's like even in TBC as well. It's like the yeah, warlocks at the end of TBC had one button, but all the way up to until they got tier 5 gear, they didn't. You couldn't spec destruction because you didn't have the gear for it.
Yeah,
Like the raw spell power scaling was better with affliction,
just too
even though you
bad
didn't
because
get any crit scaling or haste scaling because that didn't work with dots at the time.
yeah, because oh yeah, because that was a Wrath change.
Hmm.
Not even when Wrath came out, it was like later on in Wrath.
Yeah, it was an Ulduar where suddenly dots got
Yep.
crit, which is where I got happy because I thought affliction was going to be good, but then I
Yeah.
found out no, everyone has to go destro now. Oh,
And then it was I think Ice Crown, the patch that they added Ice Crown, which I think was 3.3, where they made haste affect dots,
yeah, yeah.
which was great for my Shadow Priest. Oh my god, it was beautiful.
Yeah, I rated Warlock. I rated Affliction in Ice Crown, and it was
Mhm.
fun. Like I just adamantly refused to play any other spec. I just didn't want to
Hey,
touch Felguard because I played that in TBC a bit, and I just did not enjoy it.
hey man, play what
I
you like. Like Wrath,
yeah.
Wrath, I think was a really good mix of like, you know, depending on how hardcore you wanna be, I
When you're in
guess.
a top 100 guild, you can't do the whole, oh yeah, I'm gonna play what I want shtick. You
No,
gotta
but
go, oh, what does elitist jerks tell us is the most
right.
efficient spec at the moment?
Which is the reason I don't like those kind of guilds personally. I mean, I understand, there are people that want to play like that, and that's fine. They can play how they want.
There was one
But
fight where I got away with it though, and that was Yoxaron. Yoxaron, I managed to be like our guild leader was also playing Warlock, and he was like, no, no, like I read elitist jerks, Destro does way more damage. And I'm like, yeah, but you're not gonna do more damage than an Affliction Warlock on this fight. On this fight, Affliction rules. Like you've no idea how much better Affliction is than Destruction on this fight. He's like, no, no, it's exactly the same. Because like, yeah, you get to like turn around and not take damage from Yoxaron when he looks at you by using Drain Salt the last 25%. But if you're Destro, you can just cast, turn around, not take damage at the end of cast type, turn around again and shoot. So there's really no difference. I beat him by 3.5 million damage. I was on top by 20%. I carried that fight like a motherfucker. I was that first Yoxaron kill. I was like, you're not gonna like. I've looked at this fight. You're not gonna out DPS me on this one.
yeah, like I don't know. I think Wrath was a really good balance of people being able to both. I mean, maybe if you're not, maybe not for like the top 100 guilds. Maybe it was a little too easy for stuff like that. But that's such a minority that I don't want to say I don't care, but I feel like that's less of a big deal than like how good it was for like people on the more casual end of the spectrum, not necessarily the people who are super casual, but the people who are kind of like middling casual, like, they try and want to experience the content but don't want to like invest all this super effort that like vanilla and shit like that took. They don't want to invest that level of effort into playing, that I think it was a good balance of those people being able to experience the content and being able to play what they like while still being viable and able to experience the content, at least mostly to an extent. Maybe you couldn't do every hard mode or any of the hard modes or whatever, but you could at least, get through the dungeons and raid effectively playing what you want, which I think is super important for that kind of game.
You know what I dislike though, is that after ICC was released, no one ran Ulduar except for the occasional achievement run. No one ran Nax.
Yeah, because there wasn't really a reason to.
Yeah, and it's like, you see, in vanilla this didn't happen. In TBC this didn't happen. In TBC, if you wanted to raid, you started at a Karazhan.
Right.
And then you
Which
went to Gruul. And then you went on to that. And like, yeah, okay, attunements are stupid. You should still be able to enter those instances and just go do them if you feel that your guild's good enough.
Right.
Like, if you're undergeared, fine. But if you're that good, go ahead, do it. Like, attunements are bullshit. I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah.
There is a lot to be said for not killing off three quarters of your whole raid content and the content of your whole expansion.
Yeah.
Just because people might not get to see the final bit.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I think I agree with you there. Like I said, I personally really, really like Wrath rating in general. I think it was a really good middle ground. Like I said, maybe it was too easy, and you've expressed this before, that it was probably too easy for the top 100 people. But again, that's such a small percentage of the player base.
I don't like, that's not really a good argument. I'll agree to that as well, but like, there was so much that was wrong with the expansion in terms of just killing the community that also really killed it for me.
Yeah.
Like the whole cross realm dungeon finder. I mean, sure, dungeon finder, all right, but keep it on the server. So that you actually have to like connect and maybe interact with these people.
I would have liked,
unlike with the cross realm thing, you're actually likely to run into these people again.
Yeah. I would have liked, so I would have liked Dungeon Finder to be released as your server, just your server, and see how that works. And if it ends up
I think they
not
implemented it because of how popular, quote unquote, popular cross realm battlegrounds were.
Yeah.
But I think people were just happy that they finally got to play AV without having to wait for the weekend.
Without having to wait either for the weekend or for 6.5 hours for the queue to pop.
But on the other hand, AV isn't what it used to be.
No.
AV ain't by a long shot what it used to be, man. There used to be legends based on who would take command on the server for the Alterac Valley.
Yeah. Oh no, I know. I have read about vanilla AV.
Like, holy shit, and like getting, like, cycling out members because they got too tired, and then cycling in a raid group that just got done raiding Blackwing Lair, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So you got like 39 people out, and you got 39 highly geared members in. And then, of course, on the Alliance side, they do the exact same shit. And then that would continue to 2 a.m. when the Night Owls took over. That shit would keep going for an entire fucking weekend.
Vanilla Alterac Valley is a very interesting thing to read about for me, much like I said, EVE Online. I like reading about those things. I would not have enjoyed doing it, I don't think.
What I loved about Vanilla Alterac Valley is there was stuff to do other than killing players.
Yeah.
That was a great idea. Is to add some PvE that people could focus on.
Yep.
As a means to help.
Yeah, to help your faction win the PvP aspect.
Yeah, that was a cool idea, and that was wasn't a good.
But
I really liked summoning those elementals.
Oh yeah, the giant elementals.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
There's also you can hire elite squads of elite Corkron or Ironforge troops to push ahead. And what you do is you usually have like your raid leader tell everyone to assign groups and like organize the whole thing. Like he was literally the general on the back of the lines organizing the whole effort.
Yeah.
And he would like, okay, group 6 to 7 or 6 to 8, you go farm that material. You go deliver that. You go do that, and groups 1 through 4, we're gonna keep and hold the line.
Yeah.
And then once everything was done, it was like, all right, we're gonna summon everything at once now. And we're gonna push through this fucking bridge. Holy shit, that bridge! That was such an unfair advantage.
That bridge is pretty rough.
Holy fuck, that bridge is so fucking unfair. And Blizzard never admitted it either. It's like, oh yeah, you can just walk around the only choke point the Horde has. Literally, you can walk around and jump. You can wall jump around it. They never fixed that.
No.
And you can't do that to the Alliance base.
Yeah, but the Alliance, no. They got a motherfucking bridge.
They got a motherfucking bridge. That's a huge, long choke point that you have to go through. On top of that, you can just throw all the AoE you want down there.
Yup. You're gonna be motherfucking stuck on that bridge while like an army of like 16 hunters is standing up on that cliff, gunning you down.
Yeah, fucking volleys and blizzards. Also improved Blizzard. Just only one mage of all 40 of them needed improved Blizzard, and no one would pass that bridge. Like,
you got mages with Blizzard, you got hunters with volley, you got hunters throwing traps down on the fucking bridge.
Yeah. Like, if you, like, the whole idea was to push us all at once. But that would just get everyone killed all at once.
Oh, it's fucking
so
brutal, man.
The only solution was just to hold the line and wait until the Korkron elites and the Ice Elemental showed up.
Yeah.
If you timed that both at the same time and then got all 40 people together and then got all across the bridge at once, maybe you'd get to defeat Drekthar before the Alliance respawns and backcaps your graveyard and resets the whole business. Oh man,
that bridge.
I remember staying up for 48 hours doing one Alterac Valley during one weekend.
Yep.
And I got from honored to revered in those 48 hours. Like Alterac Valley rep, everyone complained about it, but it wasn't as hard as people make out to be because you got so much rep just from doing anything in there.
Well, yeah, it took so long that Jesus.
Like winning got you 1,000 because Blizzard realized this is really rare, and then Crossround Battlegrounds, the first thing they did was nerf the fuck out of your rep gain.
Yeah.
Because they knew, oh, this is gonna happen a lot more. So instead of having to do, 5 to 6 AVs throughout your entire life to get to Revered Exalted, you had to do 60.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, they're over in like 5 minutes now, I guess. But I'm not sure.
A little bit of hyperbole, but I know what you mean.
When they were just released, every single AV was like, all right, you rush. The raids miss each other completely, ignore each other, and just rush the PvE. That's what happened in Crossround Battlegrounds. Nobody played the objectives.
Yeah.
Nobody defended. See, the only thing the Horde had to do to win was defend and push them back. But the Horde didn't do that.
Yeah.
The only thing the Horde wanted to do was win as quickly as possible. Which they couldn't do because the Alliance had an advantage.
Had a fucking bridge.
Advantage. I mean, you could
fucking bridge.
Just 10 players could hold that bridge.
Ugh. God, that bridge is fucking brutal.
And in TVC, there was this add-on that people used to sync up how many people could join AV, so you could still do pre-made AVs.
Yeah.
And that's what we did on our server, and that's how it's the only way the Horde ever won for us. It's like,
yeah.
Okay, we gotta pre-make this shit. So the Earthen Ring pre-made in battle in BG9.
Did you play on Earthen Ring?
Yeah.
Really? That's a weird coincidence.
I played on Earthen Ring EU.
Well, yeah, obviously we weren't on the same server because you were on EU, but that's a weird coincidence that we both played Horde and we're both on Earthen Ring, albeit in different server sets, but it's a weird coincidence.
Was Earthen Ring roleplay for US as well?
I believe so.
Because, holy fuck.
It was not one of the US servers where role-playing actually happened,
What server, what battle group we were? Earthen Ring on EU got thrown in.
What?
We were in Battle Group 9, Cyclone. That's the group with Storm Scale that had all the top 10 guilds at the time in
Okay.
TBC. That had McTheridan, which had a lot of top 500 guilds. Earthen Ring never cleared Nax properly until the TBC patch.
Huh.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Like these servers were way ahead of us.
Yeah.
Like we got thrown when you were playing BG9. When you got to 1800 rating in 2v2s, you would mainly fight a lot of rogues with warglaives.
Oh God.
Resto Druid, Warglaive Rogue, and it's like, yeah, good luck beating that. That's
Oh, rest of
1800
druids are
rating.
so annoying.
That's 1800 rating, Vaas. Imagine what you'd face at 2.2k.
Oh yeah.
I was I was privileged enough to know 6 gladiators on BG9. They were all in
Yeah.
my guild.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really fun doing the six gladiator and one fully decked out tier 6.5 raiding Destro Warlock, raiding Stormwind. Just get
Yeah.
on your mounts, right through, and get to the Pope and kill him. Get us a nice 50 gold.
Yeah.
10G each. That'll cover the repair costs.
Yeah. Yeah. That's weird that we were both on Earthen Ring. It's weird. But taking it back a couple of steps, I do agree about the cross realm group finder thing. I wish they had released it initially as only grouping you up with people from your server and see how well that worked and what the queue times were like on that. And if it still wasn't like acceptable, then fine, maybe expand it to cross server, but keep it in your server at first when you release it to test that. I would have liked that. So I do agree with you there. And there was something else I wanted to say too, but I don't remember what it was. I don't know. But I will say, oh, man, fucking when the Crossroam Group Finder came out, so Earthen Ring on US was in the same battle group as Ragnaros. Ragnaros is the Hispanic server for the US servers. So anytime you got in a group with anyone from Ragnaros, they A, sucked dick, and B, didn't speak fucking English. It was awful.
Yeah, we had our Spanish Inquisition in our group, and that was the Spanish players, and one of them spoke English. The rest didn't.
Oh God.
5 members in a 25-man raid group. It's 1/5 of your raid.
Anytime you fucking got a random dungeon and there's someone from Ragnaros in it, 9 out of 10 they're gonna suck and they're not gonna speak fucking English. 9 out of 10, almost every single time. Fucking terrible. Yeah. Oh, man, I miss Wrath. God damn. I even miss the mundane shit in Wrath. I miss because I was still in high school when I was playing Wrath. I think I was almost out, but I was still in high school when I was playing Wrath. So I miss fucking coming home from school and doing my dailies while I wait for Wintergrass to be over so I can go in and farm Frost Lotus. I even miss doing the super mundane shit in Wrath. I don't know why. I just have so much nostalgia for that. No MMO that I've played since then has been able to scratch that same itch that Wrath era WoW was able to scratch for me, where I just always wanted to play it and was having so much fun playing it, even doing the like I said, the mundane shit. I don't know. I haven't been able to find an MMO to scratch that itch.
Secret World up until Tokyo.
Yeah, but Secret World scratched such a different itch. Like I played Secret World because like the world and the quests and like the characters and stuff was so interesting and well done that I wanted to experience that. I basically played that like a single player game. So that filled such a different niche for me than like World of Warcraft did. They may as well have released Secret World as a single player game for me. And then it hits Tokyo and the game just shits the fucking bed and I can't kill anything and they've all got this fucking Aegis system that makes me want to die. It's fuck me. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea.
I still can't figure out that system, and I have a longer stint in it than you do.
Yeah. Like I A can't figure out the system. B, when I thought I understood it, it still sucked. And C, I still can't fucking kill anything. Everything has so much health and they all just kill me.
Because the problem is with their system is that you have to do the dungeons.
Yeah.
You have to get at
I
least
hate that.
you have to get at least quality 10 blues to survive.
Yeah. I don't got that shit. I've got like my quest greens.
Yeah, no. Like that's why I did dungeoning like early on cuz I thought the dungeons were interesting cuz I never dungeoned in well, I've dungeoned in WoW, which I never raided in WoW. I just did dungeons
Right.
cuz I like the PvP. So when I was doing that, I was like, "Oh, sweet, dungeon grinds. This is awesome." And then I get
Tokyo.
these to Tokyo, these quality 10s. I'm like, well, this is certainly tough. And then I get a few nightmare gears because I did nightmare like twice, and I just needed everything
Yeah.
because I'm a scumbag. And then next thing I know, I'm like, oh, Tokyo's not that bad.
Yeah. That's like Jesus. Like the barrier to entry is just too high on Tokyo. Like I couldn't do anything. Like normal trash enemies were like if I fought one at a time, I could maybe kill it.
Oh yeah.
If I aggroed any more than one, I was just dead.
Yeah, it's a different learning. Like it was such a steep learning curve. Like as soon as you got, I mean, that's why it was so difficult to get to Tokyo to begin with because you have to do Transylvania, and Transylvania was pretty tough in low gear to begin with. I mean, it's bearable, but not
completely doable.
but
Like
completely doable.
I've never done a dungeon in that game in my life, and I did Transylvania on two different characters
And then
with two different builds. Like
yeah, and then you do the Venetian agenda, which isn't the system yet. But they want you to try out the simulation system, which is just like PvE grind shit, and I hated that, and I just needed to get my goddamn
right.
charm so I can go to fucking Tokyo.
Which I skipped because by the time I made it to Tokyo, they gave me an option to skip it.
Yeah. And then Tokyo happened, and I said, "Hey Vaas, you want to play Tokyo a little bit?" And he's like, "Oh, okay, sure." And then he wipes.
Yeah, I'm just getting rocked by these fucking trash enemies. I'm like, well, what do you want me to do about this? I did pretty much every quest in Transylvania for like, so I'm not running like Egypt level quest greens. Like I've got up to snuff gear for where I would be at if I just did quests. Like, why is that not good enough to just keep doing the quests? I'm not like trying to raid in quest greens. Like,
I know. I said the
give me
same.
a fucking break, Funcom.
I said the same thing about this. It's not PvP and it's not raiding. It's single player story progression.
Yeah.
And you're gonna put this immense difficulty curve that requires. I mean, granted, it's a high level area. It's a high level
Yeah.
area, but you're telling me that you need dungeon raiding gear to play it? I don't think so.
Yeah, to continue my story progress, like fuck that. I'd love to be able to get through the parts of Tokyo and get into the new stuff that they added that like your decisions at the end of each of the three chapters like actually start coming into play, like whether or not you open the box, how you respond to like whatever the voice is that's talking to you in like the weird ice area. Like I'd love to get to the parts that they added later on in updates that have those different choices come into play, I'd love to get to that stuff. But I can't do Tokyo. I just straight up like my gear is apparently just not good enough, or like the ability setup I have isn't good enough. But like it, the ability setup, I had zero problems in Transylvania.
Yeah, I had to redo my entire thing. I actually switched over to their recommended like Tokyo set
Yeah.
because, but then you still have to grind out for that.
Yeah, you have to grind out the points to buy all those abilities, which I certainly don't fucking have because I've been running with like this setup for basically the entire game because it worked and was fun, and I never had any trouble before now pretty much. With the Blood Fist guy that I had been playing, Blood Fist, and I think my auxiliary weapon was a chainsaw, I think. So I was running with that, and it was fine. I was
Yeah,
doing
fucking right, dude.
like absolutely fine until I hit fucking Tokyo. And if I want like if I want to do Tokyo, I need to switch to one of their recommended builds. So I got to farm up the points for that, which I guess for me to do that, I have to go back and just rerun Transylvania quests. And then on top of that, I need to get like dungeon gear just to start Tokyo. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, that's why I said, why are you having such a tough time with this? And it didn't hit me until you said I don't do dungeons, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's what it is because I'm running blues and purples, you're running greens and blues.
Yeah, I'm running greens, blues, and like the purple you get from beating the main store, like beating Transylvania, basically.
Yeah.
Like that's all I've got.
And then what was it? But now, I mean, since they limited the currency system, which I loved by the like, I love that they did
Yeah,
that.
they consolidated all the black bouillons.
So that was nice because now I have custom quality purples. I got, I think, 3 or 4 custom quality purples, one pistol, and the rest defense gear.
Yeah.
Because you can, but now you have to grind to get the bullion in the dungeons and quests
Yeah.
because some quests give bullion now, which is fantastic. But now you have to grind that to get pieces to upgrade those to quality 10.1s to 10.1 to 10.5, and then you have to grind to shoot that up to 10.9.
Yeah. Fuck me, right? Apparently I just can't do anything. Terrible.
Yeah, fucking right.
I would love to keep playing and getting through the story in that game because Tokyo seems kind of cool, but like I'm not gonna go and run dungeons
last I
to
played.
farm gear so I can continue the story. Like that's not gonna happen.
Last I played, I'm at the final part. I believe the final part in Tokyo where I'm in the Urachi Tower, and
Yeah.
it's essentially dungeon story missions, is what it
Ugh.
is. So I'm gonna have to dungeon anyway.
Yeah, like I think Secret World is probably just kind of permanently on the shelf for me at this point. I got plenty of hours into that game and enjoyed, for the most part, the first 3 chapters immensely. Egypt's a little bit of a soggy middle, but Kingsmith is fantastic, and Transylvania's only slightly weaker than Kingsmith. So, I don't know.
Tzar, you still playing that Secret World?
I haven't touched it recently. I booted it up for the Halloween update, and then that was it.
Right. So I guess you don't know about how the revamp or whatever they announced is going.
No,
Oh yeah, Freaky did mention that to me. You did mention that to me a while back.
no, I didn't.
So I wonder how that's gonna work.
I didn't see anything about a revamp. What's this?
Well, it was announced during one of their conferences for investors, so I don't know. They were gonna change the game. It was like very vague terms, nothing specific. So
Yeah.
Gee. I mean,
But, I mean,
I
if
get-
that rolls out, maybe I'll
it was
reinstall,
supposed to roll out in
see what
March,
happens.
But I don't know.
Yeah. Mm.
well, I mean, if they're
'Cause
gonna,
none of us have played it recently, so
I mean,
Hey-o.
I still have it installed. I can boot it up and find out.
Yeah, or at least check like the Steam news or something to see if there's like a thing about, hey, overhaul happened.
Yeah.
No way, I own the game on Steam.
Yeah, so do I. I could check right now, but I'm shuffling.
If I remember what category I put the game.
Trash.
Yeah, 0 out of 10 garbage, probably. Fuck me. I do like that game a lot, though.
Alright,
Until
well,
Tokyo.
yeah, that makes sense. It's
So
multiplayer.
apparently, according to some people, what is this? This was
It is, in
5.
fact, objectively multiplayer.
Relaunch.
Regardless of
Confirmed,
the fact that I
boys, it's
basically
fucking in.
played it as a single-player game, it is, in fact, multiplayer. Yeah, right, lames.
Yeah, fucking right.
Dude, where's your roommate?
Yeah, fucking right. At class.
Oh, okay.
Oh god, Okay. I thought I saw Hide and Shrek gameplay trail, but it's Hide and Shriek.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Hide and Shrek, dog. So is
this
that why
the
you
true
can talk?
Illuminati we're getting to,
Because you don't want to seem like a huge autist talking to your internet friends while your roommate's in the room.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
possibly.
Is your roommate at least a cool guy?
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah. Does he play Marvel?
I don't think so.
Fuck. Is he a fucking stupid normie?
I don't know. Probably not.
So what did you find, Tzar?
Well, I mean, fucking one of the discussion group guys is trolling because he's like, "Is the secret world dead?"
Deaded.
Let's see. Contact
Man, his
support.
hand's insane.
Trouble logging in Steam.
Holy I don't even...
When is the relaunch? Some people saying that people who bought the DLC should be recompensated for buying it because apparently
Shut
they're
up.
gonna give some shit for free because they're
They're
like,
gonna
"Oh,
give
but
all story content for free.
let's see, March 15th. When is the
I bought the
relaunch?
DLC. I don't think I should be recompensated.
I really want to like this game, but the combat's putting me off. Okay, well, that's
Well, I think I should.
I
Okay.
usually get my so that when is the relaunch? Is that all you want to know? Relaunch activities start at the end of the month. Exactly what that entails, no clue. We do not know when the combat revamp is occurring. Oh shit!
Shit.
They're gonna redo all. Oh man.
Well, it depends on how much redo means. They wouldn't go. They wouldn't assume.
No,
too
they
much.
can't. They can't reorchestrate the whole system. Um, I would think that it would have to be something like cooldowns or abilities and all that.
It could just be like ability overhaul.
Yeah.
Change that shit up. Who knows?
So yeah, they announced it in this presentation at the very end, after that Exiles thing with Conan.
Yeah, okay, fucking freaky. We all believe you.
I linked it.
Yeah, okay.
Well, look,
Oh,
I
that
didn't
reminds
just
me.
make this in woo in PowerPoint myself. I swear.
This looks like your PowerPoint
The
skills.
voice.
I mean, besides, I
No.
already have like the best clothing in the game in Secret World anyway, and it's the Ghostbusters outfit, so I'm happy. I really don't need any other aesthetic clothing in that game. Alright, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna paint you as is. Now I'm kind of curious. I feel like booting up Secret World now.
Oh no, it's Kike Meister Supreme.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So where's the Conan Exile stream, Freaky?
I don't know, that video guy in me.
Maybe you should.
it looks like all those other survival buildy games,
Well,
just with big schlongs.
is that a problem?
It's a pro, but it's not enough, I think.
Frick it, you can get the game. Just sell some more waffles in your family's Waffle House.
I'll get some more Steam cards. Also, I don't really know the Conan universe, like at all.
Like you never watched any of the movies?
No,
Oh, you should watch some of those movies.
I
I don't
played
know.
some
Every
of
time
that.
I see bits of it, I'm like, yeah, this is okay, I guess, but I don't care.
I played some of that Conan Age of the Barbarian meme. That wasn't too good of an MMO, really.
I don't know, I
Is it
remember.
too open-ended for you, bro?
Well,
But
they made a lot of mistakes.
but Ian, it was the WoW killer.
Well, everybody wanted it. A lot of people that I knew that I played the game with were coming from WoW PvP. Like, those are the gladiators we're talking about, and they were really interested in the PvP system. With like the whole, oh, you get to. It had the whole For Honor gimmick, where you could choose which sides you could attack, and like by stringing together certain moves, you could combo them into special moves. Problem was, is that once you got one hit in, you could just do a combo for free. So if you were a stealth class, like say, oh, the barbarian, because yeah, the barbarian needs stealth. Um, you could just basically initiate a combo from stealth and kill anyone, even if they're 10 levels above you.
Sick.
So I played the barbarian, and I murdered out the entire population of the PvP sewers in the start area.
Hmm.
Sick.
So you were just being a bully.
Wasn't the main thing about the game that it was like a lot more sandboxy? Like, wasn't there like player building or something?
Yeah, there was. Then it was indeed trying to be sandboxy. Like we had plans of building our guild house, but the amount of materials you needed, holy
Hey
fuck!
man, society costs things. You better appreciate it.
Yeah, but you know what? My time's also worth something, and I don't want to spend it cutting down trees in a virtual game.
He said farming tots in World of Warcraft for the vanilla raid.
He says while praising Stardew Valley for its open-endedness and crafting system.
He says cutting down trees in Stardew Valley. Side-loading Minecraft mods on the other mod.
Minecraft.
Brown bricks.
Look, when I play WoW, I don't want to do that. When I play Stardew Valley, I want to do that. It's about how focused the experience is.
Maybe.
Besides, in Stardew Valley, you can craft something in 5 minutes after you cut down after you cut down a
you're
tree.
absolute.
If you want to build anything in Conan, holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck. 5 months later, you might have made a hut.
You know, I thought for a second you were gonna say something like, "Oh man, in Stardew Valley, you don't just make a tree," and I was like, "You're right. You cut down space trees."
Oh, you plant a seed and then you wait for the happy little tree to make its way into your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get behind the new Ian. I'm
Too
sorry.
bad.
It's just not right.
It's Killboy 2.0.
Oh no.
I have literally no idea what you are talking about.
I want the old Ian back.
Like complete.
Well, you see, I can make that happen, Abby.
Then do
I
it.
can make that happen.
But then he has to stop drinking and start taking his pills again.
So okay,
Now we're back to Kino.
There we go.
it's Kino now. Oh,
Oh, is this
no.
Kino Ian right now?
I don't know. I mean, you're asking me to tell the difference when I can't hear the difference back.
Well, this is
Kino.
Kino Ian right now.
This is Kino. This is Blu-ray.
Yeah, you know, this
Yeah,
is
I disagree.
And now we're back to VHS.
See, no, this is the vape. I'm in the cloud right now. I'm talking to you through the cloud.
You know, with all the cloud business thingies, you think you get a better voice there. Jeez.
See, Ian, when
Yeah,
Ian's
you
talking
think
like
that,
this
but-
is like Star Wars when they remade the movies and they had all those special digital effects added in.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god! You want me to get one of those?
It's funny. It's like Ian's just like, I just spent $300 on a new microphone setup. Go back to the original microphone, Ian. This is too smooth. Fucking Christ.
It's too bad. It's gonna stick. It's gonna stay. Because the other mic can die at any fucking moment. I don't know how long I can keep switching back and forth.
Fucking yeah, right.
He says as he just did it like 3 times, switching back and forth. Is this Kino? Is this not Kino?
Look at this person.
Yeah, look at this person.
Friggin' goy.
Freaking Goyim.
Calling
Back
me
to the
a goy.
nation.
You heard me.
Oy vey, goyim. It's another Showa.
Lames better not still be here. Oh, good, he's muted and deafened.
Look at this person. Beautiful.
Yeah, fucking right, dude.
Ugh.
You lame.
Yeah, fucking right.
God, I hate
Names will never be
Lame's
okay, bro.
AMA.
It's ridiculous.
Hello, that is me, Lames on my AMA.
Lame summer.
Shut up, fake Ian, with your shitty mic.
Oh, good, the fucking kike's here, too.
Yeah.
Of
I've
course.
been here.
Not
We're here all
you.
along.
You're black.
We were here all along.
Shit.
Not you, Ian. You're
Not
fucking
you, not
Irish or
Ian.
something.
Hey, Abby Kikeju.
Hi,
Have you
hello.
seen the Death Note thing?
I haven't, but I
It
saw a
looks-
complaining about it.
Death
It
Note
looks
thing?
really. The Netflix original series.